RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Tom Lane, State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Barry Macias, professional, independent insurance agents. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding members' expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All of your protection under one roof. Citizens for Dave Hilla. Vote yes to retain Judge Hilla.
Sam Stem along with John Rogers back at Public School Stadium, all set for the opening kickoff on a wet Friday night as the Explorers at 5-1 take on the Decatur Lutheran Lions, who are 1-5, and the opening kickoff is short, it's loose, finally covered at the 30-yard line by one of the Explorers. Kareem Hamilton came up from deep as that ball was just kind of pooched by the Lions kicker. It hit in that mud and just stuck, and players were slipping and sliding. And finally, at the last possible moment, Kareem Hamilton came up and covered it. And I fear we're going to see more of that as the night goes on.
I'm afraid so, Sam.
So the Explorer offense that put up 52 points last week and is averaging in the high 40s in each game played comes out. Jack Miller under center, the backs in the power I formation. Unbalanced line to the left side, and here's the give right up the middle to the fullback, Brandon Kaiser, and he takes it from the 30 out to about the 37-yard line. A gain of 7 on that carry for the Explorer fullback.
Well, the Explorers came out into a power I formation, which is probably expected with the weather conditions or field conditions as they are.
So 2nd and 3 for Marquette from their own 37-yard line. The game just underway. Again, power I formation, strong to the left, and again the give is to the fullback Kaiser, and this time he stacked up after a short gain. He gained about a yard out to the 38-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 2. And this part of the field is the worst part of the field. Give Kaiser 2 on that carry, and it'll be 3rd and 1. There is no grass. There is standing water, and as we play along, I guarantee you that's going to get churned up worse than it is. 3rd and 1 Marquette from their own 39-yard line. Again, they go with 2 tight ends to the left side. Power I formation behind Jack Miller on the 3rd down play. The pitch back to Michael Ford trying to sweep the left side. He's got blockers out in front. He's across midfield. Michael Ford still on his feet. Spin move at the 35 of the Lions. Inside the 30. Down to about the 28-yard line, and a big run there by Michael Ford.
Michael Ford set that up quite well, that he had 4 people out in front of him, and he just waited so that until the field cleared. Take advantage of his blockers.
A 33-yard gain for Ford, the first down of the night. 1st and 10 Explorers at the Lion 28-yard line. Again, they come out power I formation. Double tight end set. Miller takes the snap, pitches back to Ford, now sweeping the right side. Ford steps inside the contain man at the 20, at the 15, on the near sideline, bumped out of bounds, down at the 12-yard line. A gain of 16 on that carry, and another 1st down for Marquette. And again, Ford very patient on that run, waiting for the blocking in front of him to materialize. It did. And he took it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 Explorers right there. Power I formation. Ford the tailback. Kaiser the fullback. And here's the give to Ford. Bounces it outside to the right side. Ford to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run for Michael Ford. And the Explorers are on the board.
There was some great blocking up front there, Sam, because that was a humongous hole that Ford went through. Untouched.
Ford on that drive, 3 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. He was the co-offensive back of the week for the Knights of Columbus quarterback this past week. He scored 5 touchdowns last week and adds 1 right here Just less than 2 minutes into this game. 10:05 remaining. Now the extra point attempt off the toe of Nick Hofert. Out of the hold of Brandon Kaiser. A 12-yard touchdown run for Michael Ford. The Explorers take it 70 yards on 5 plays on their first possession. And now they line it up. The snap, the spot, the kick. It's up, it's high, it's long, and it's good. 10:05 remaining in the first quarter. The score, Marquette 7, Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Set, hit. Protection. Can anyone over there give me protection? Danny Holt. Put me in, coach. I can offer protection. Set, hit. Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
All set for the Explorer kick, and a deep man for the Lions takes it at his own 15. Good running room right up the middle across the 40 to midfield. One man to beat, and this might be a touchdown. A saving tackle made by the Explorers, Alex Cowens, as the return man for the Lions took it all the way down to the Explorer 23-yard line, and that wasn't very good kick coverage. We're trying to get the number of the return man. I believe it was number 24 for the Lions, who is Joseph White. And he took off a full head of steam from about his own 20-yard line and just burst through an opening as the Explorer pursuit was there. And Alex Cowens made the touchdown-saving tackle, 1st and 10 Lions, at the Explorer 23-yard line. Skylar Taylor under center drops the snap. A pile up at the line of scrimmage, and I believe the Lions got it back. It's going to be a loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11.
The Lions came out in a double tight end TOT formation.
And that same set here on 2nd and 11 at the Explorer 24-yard line. Skylar Taylor under center. Takes the snap, turns, hands it to one of the up men, and he's stacked up after a short gain. He might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. On the carry, it was White, and he gained a yard back to the 23. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Marquette with a 7-0 lead here in the early going. A light rain continues to fall. It rained all day. T formation behind Taylor. Takes the snap, pitches it back, and here's a sweep to the right side. The Explorers have the running back hemmed in and throwing for a loss all the way back at the 26-yard line. That was Gage Moore on the carry, and he loses 3 on that play, and it's going to be 4th and 13 for the Lions in what I suspect is 4-down territory for them at the Explorer 26. I don't think even a good field goal kicker would have a chance from this far out on this field. Now, if they had Greg the leg, 4th and 13 for the Lions. Double tight, straight T, Skylar Taylor under center. Long count, takes a snap, pitches back, and it's going to be a halfback pass. And they let it go out to the left side, and it's incomplete. Throwing the football was number 12, Bryce Ellis. He had a receiver out there, number 23. For the Lions was Jagger Royer, but the pass was kind of just a wounded duck out there, and it never did get to the receiver. And so with that, the Explorers take over on downs at their own 26-yard line. They went 70 yards in 5 plays moments ago, and they start 1st and 10 from their own 26. Double tight formation. Now Miller lines up. Miller was under center, pitches it back, and here is Kareem Hamilton trying to sweep the right side. To the 30, to the 40, and tackled from behind out at the 43-yard line. A pickup of 17 on that carry for Kareem Hamilton. And the Explorers are getting yardage in big chunks here in the first quarter, leading 7-0.
Skylar Taylor, a 6'2", 190-pound senior, came over and made the tackle.
And now there's a timeout on the field. With the score, Marquette 7, Decatur Lutheran nothing, 7:57 to play here in the first quarter. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Brought down at the 48 of the Lions, a gain of 4 for Hamilton on that carry. Hamilton, 2 carries for 21 yards. Kaiser's carried twice for 9 yards. Ford, 3 carries for 61 yards. 2nd down and 6, Explorers at their own 47-yard line. Here's the pitch back, and Hamilton trying to turn the right corner, and he can't, as somebody had good contain there for the Lions. That was Tim Fouts, 6'2", 220, a senior, and he stayed at home and brought Hamilton down for no gain. And so now the Explorers face 3rd and 6. This is only their second 3rd down attempt of the night.
Their last 2 plays, they have run out of an unbalanced line right. And this time it's to the left, unbalanced line left.
3rd and 6, and here's the give to Kaiser right up the middle. Brandon Kaiser bounces it outside to the left side. He's at the 40 of the Lions, at the 30, and brought down all the way down at the 27-yard line. Brandon Kaiser working off tackle left, found nothing there, bounced it outside, and picks up 25 on the play.
Well, the first 2 plays, they ran power eye right. This one they power eye left, and this one they ran power eye right, and they went back to the short side.
1st and 10, Explorers at the 27-yard line of the Lions. From the power eye formation, Miller turns, and he wanted to run he handed it off to the fullback, Brandon Kaiser. They tackled Miller, but Kaiser had the football, but he had nowhere to go either as they really clogged it up the middle. No gain on the play for Brandon Kaiser.
They ran an unbalanced line right that time.
2nd down and 10, Explorers. The clock rolling with 5:50 remaining in the first quarter. Marquette leads 7-0. They went 70 yards on 5 plays on their first possession. Power eye formation behind Miller. Hamilton is the fullback. They pitch it back to Hamilton, trying to sweep the right side. Hamilton turns the corner at the 20, at the 15, at the 10, and he is bumped out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Kareem Hamilton, a pickup of 24 on that carry, and another first down for Marquette. He very nearly got in, but the official said he stepped out just inside the 3-yard line. Hamilton now 4 carries for 46 yards. First and goal, Explorers at the 3. Power I formation, double tight end set. The turn to give to Kareem Hamilton, and he walks in untouched. A 3-yard touchdown run for Hamilton, and the Explorers are on the board once again. There was no resistance there whatsoever as the left side of that Explorer line just blew the Lions back into the end zone, and Hamilton literally walked in. He comes with 5:21 remaining in the first quarter. And Holford now will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Brandon Kaiser. They line it up. The snap, the spot, the kick. It's up, it's high, it's long, and it's good. 5:21 remaining first quarter. The score now, Marquette 14, Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
6 years ago, medical malpractice insurance rates in the Metro East were rising, and people worried their doctors might leave.
Madison County judges instituted an innovative mediation program that has helped people resolve cases more quickly on their terms and cut the cost of lawsuits. Mediation works because it provides both the patient and the doctor an opportunity to speak and listen to each other.
This successful program is another way we're working to make our courts better.
Back deep for the Lions, Joseph White and Gage Moore. And Nick Hofert will kick it away for the Explorers, who lead 14-0. And this will be Moore in from the end zone. They did not blow the whistle. They should have, as he stepped at least a yard deep into the end zone. And it's going to be another big return for the Lions. On that return, I said it was Moore. It was not. It's Brenton Daly. But he clearly was a yard deep in the end zone when he picked up that football. And the referee was standing right there. But maybe he saw it better than I did. Anyway, a return all the way out to midfield for the Lions. So that's been their main weapon so far tonight, is big kickoff returns. They couldn't convert on their first one, which took it all the way down to the Marquette 23. Now they start 1st and 10 at midfield. They send a receiver to the left side. They have a wing to the left. And now they change it up as they have a different quarterback in there, and they pitch it back to Moore, and Moore, sweeping to the right side, does not get back to the line of scrimmage. This time Bryce Ellis sets up as the quarterback, and they had Skylar Taylor, who was the quarterback on their first possession, as a wing back. At any rate, they pitched it back to Moore, who swept the right side and lost a yard back to the 49. 2nd and 11.
Well, that's the first time they've broken the double tight T formation.
And they break it again. They send receivers left and right with a wing to the left. Ellis under center and swings it out to the left side. That's Moore. Gage Moore makes a nice move and eludes one tackler. Still on his feet across midfield down to the Explorer 46-yard line. A gain of 5 on that pass play from Bryce Ellis to Gage Moore. And Moore eluded somebody out there. I think it was Alex Cowens, wasn't it?
I thought it was Kaiser, number 11.
But it was a nice move now. 3rd and 5. There was a 6-yard pickup on that play as they put the football down at the Explorer 45-yard line. 3rd and 5 Lions, who are looking for their first down, and they may have just gotten it as one of the Explorers' defensive linemen jumped on that play as the Lions sent a man in motion. They sent the wingback in motion. It's a 5-yard walk-off, and I think they're going to be just shy of the first down. I believe it's going to bring, well, it depends on where they put the football. And where they put it, it's going to be 4th and inches. That's the first penalty of the night. Actually, 3rd and inches, excuse me. Wing to the left, split backs, and here is the quarterback, Ellis, taking it himself. Right up the middle, he didn't gain much, but he got enough for the first down. He needed inches and got about a foot. So he took it just from one side of the 40 to the other side of the 40. And that's the first down of the night for Decatur Lutheran. Typically, you ought to be able to get a couple inches on a quarterback sneak. And they did. But that's about all they got. 1st and 10, Decatur Lutheran at the Marquette 40-yard line. Receivers left and right. Ellis, the quarterback, puts a man in motion to the right side and drops to throw. Rolls to his right, looking downfield. Being pursued, now he lets it go, and it is intercepted by the Explorers, or was it? Coming up with the football for Marquette was Danny Holtz, and now there's some discussion. Did he catch it, or did he field it on a bounce? The officials signaled nothing. And Marquette did intercept the pass. Finally, the officials talk it over, and they say, yes, Danny Holtz came up with it before it hit the ground. So Ellis threw the ball low. His receiver kind of gave up on it, and Danny Holtz came flying up from behind the receiver, made a diving attempt, and finally the officials say, yes, Holtz came up with it. That's the first turnover of the night. I'm sure you taught him that. He's your neighbor, you told me.
That's right.
He was back last week after missing games since being injured in that first game of the season, and comes up with a big interception right here. 1st and 10, Marquette from their own 38-yard line. Now Marquette is going to call a timeout as they didn't have the right personnel in there. There was some confusion, and rather than suffer a penalty, they call a timeout. It comes with 2:59 remaining in the first quarter. The score, Marquette 14, Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Who lost a couple of yards. All in all, the Marquette fumbled the football, and the Lions have come up with it, and that's an Explorer turnover. So Marquette, that just got the football on a turnover, gives it right back. As it appeared that Keyshawn Young tried to hand the football to Kareem Hamilton, and the Lions come up with it at the Marquette 38-yard line, or 34-yard line. 1st and 10 right there. And here's the give, and the running back trying to work the left side, and he's stacked up. The first to hit him is Keyshawn Young, and then Alex Cowens comes in and provides some help as well. The ball carrier was Joseph White, and he picked up about 2 on the carry.
They came back out in their double tight T formation that time.
2nd down and 8 for the Lions. They've been in exploit now. One of their linemen falls down as they're trying to get to the line of scrimmage, going through all that muck and mire out there. 2nd and 8 Lions at the Marquette 32-yard line. Here's the pitch back, and that is Moore trying to sweep the right side. Moore turns the corner and finally is brought down after a short gain. And once he finally got out there to where there's some good turf, he was able to make a cut. and ended up gaining 2 yards down to the Marquette 30-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 6, Lions. The spot from where the Lions line up on offense is just a quagmire. Lots of standing water. So it's kind of hard to get a start. Double tight, T formation, and now a flag is thrown at the snap, and the official stops the play. And somebody was lined up in the neutral zone, or somebody jumped. The official's talking over, and here comes the indication. Offside. Somebody on Decatur Lutheran lined up offside. That's their first penalty of the night. And that'll turn 3rd and 6 into 3rd and 11. The line of scrimmage now the Marquette 35-yard line. We're down to 1:15 and counting remaining here in the first quarter. Marquette leads it 14-0. Double tight formation. And here is the give on a counter. And on the counter, lots of running room to the Marquette 30, down to the Marquette 25-yard line. The ball carrier on the play is Brenton Daly, and he picks up 10 on that play, and it's going to bring about 4th down and 1. So they ran the counter, and the Explorers over pursued, and it's their biggest gainer of the evening. And they have 4th and 1 at the Marquette 25-yard line. The Decatur Lutheran Lions looking for just their 2nd first down here in the first half. It would be the 2nd of this drive. And back to throw, the quarterback, Taylor. Taylor looking for a man downfield. Had a man open. It hit his hand and glanced off, incomplete, and the Explorers will take over on downs at their own 25-yard line. So Skylar Taylor had a man open and missed him.
Skylar Taylor also had the whole right flat open. If he had just tucked it and gone upfield, he would have very easily made the first down.
So the Explorers take over after turning it over on their last possession. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. And they've got Miller back in there at quarterback. Kaiser and Ford behind him. Power I formation. And here's the pitch back. Now that's Keyshawn Young, the tailback. A flag is thrown as Young crosses the 30 and takes it out to the 32. But that'll likely be a hold against the Explorers. So Keyshawn Young will see a good gain negated here if this penalty goes against the Explorers. It was a push, I guess, or a block in the back. And so they will walk off penalty yardage against the Explorers. Well, that's a 15-yard walk-off, but they walked it off from... Well, I don't know what they're doing. They started walking from where the play ended, and even if it was a 15-yarder on that part of the field, it should have been half the distance to the goal line, but they walked off the full 15. So 1st and about 25 for the Explorers, and there's the horn that ends the first quarter after 12 minutes of action in the Marquette Explorer homecoming game. It's the Explorers 14, the Lions nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Set, hit. Protection. Can anyone over there give me protection? Danny, hold. Put me in, coach. I can offer protection. Set, hit. Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3000. 3168 to speak to a representative.
Be sure and stay tuned. Following the game, we'll name the Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. Marquette with a 14-0 lead as we begin the second quarter. It's first and about 25 for the Explorers from their own 10-yard line. And here's the give right up the middle. Keyshawn Young. Keyshawn across the 30. He might go to midfield. Keyshawn Young being pursued, and he's going to be hauled. Oh, he bounces off one tackler. Now another man grabs him from behind and throws him out of bounds all the way down at the Lion 10-yard line. No flags on that play. And that was a 78-yard run by Keyshawn Young for an Explorer first down.
And a first-class straight arm.
He had a man who had an angle on him. And as the guy came and tried to wrap up Keyshawn just stuck that right arm out there and swatted him away. But then one other fella had an angle on him and brought him down at the 11 of the Lions. 1st and 10 for the Explorers right there. A big run for Keyshawn on that carry. Power I formation. Young, the tailback. They've alternated tailbacks in this game. And here's the give to Brandon Kaiser right up the middle. He's in from 11 yards out for the touchdown. Brandon Kaiser gets the Explorers on the board once again. It comes with 11:40 remaining here in the second quarter. Nothing fancy like that. A fullback dive, and really, once he got through the line of scrimmage, nobody touched him. Nobody was near him.
But Marquette came out in that double-type power I formation, and the whole defensive line alignment for the Lions was spread out almost from end to end. And it was the right idea is to run it right up the gut, not trying to go outside.
Now Holford attempting to add the extra point out of the hold of Kaiser. High snap, he gets it down. Holford's kick is up high, long, and good. 11:40 remaining second quarter. The score now, Marquette 21, Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
6 years ago, medical malpractice insurance rates in the Metro East were rising, and people worried their doctors might leave.
Madison County judges instituted an innovative mediation program that has helped people resolve cases more quickly on their terms and cut the cost of lawsuits. Mediation works because it provides both the patient and the doctor an opportunity to speak and listen to each other.
This successful program is another way we're working to make our courts better.
Nick Holford set to kick it away again for the Explorers. Daly and Moore back deep for the Lions. And this will be Moore if he can catch up to it. No, it rolls into the end zone, a touchback. And the Lions will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, trailing 21-0. The Explorers with a win tonight would go to 6-1, and that would make them an automatic playoff qualifier. But next week, they'll play their final home game against Bunker Hill, and then in Week 9, travel to Metro East Lutheran, trying to add wins and get a better playoff seed as the playoffs get underway at the end of this month.
Well, if they can pull that off, we'll probably be back here for a first-round playoff game.
Let's hope so. 1st and 10, Lions. Now they spread the field with a pair of receivers to each side of the field. The quarterback in the shotgun. They put a man in motion to the right side. And rolling to his right is Taylor. Lets it go downfield, and there's a flag thrown. And they're going to call Brandon Kaiser for pass interference. But I'm not even sure that was a catchable ball. But nonetheless, the Explorers draw a flag right there. As the receiver was running towards the sideline, Kaiser was trailing him, and at the last moment, Kaiser dived and tried to get a hand out in front of the football, and they say it was pass interference against the Explorers, a 15-yard walk-off.
These officials must be retired sports announcers.
They very well could be. Imagine what it'd look like if you and I were officiating.
Well,
we do a pretty good job up here, don't we?
Bad.
1st and 10 for the Lions, just their second first down of the night. The line of scrimmage, their own 35-yard line. Taylor, quick swing pass out to Moore. Moore trying to put some moves on, stays on his feet. Moore first down yardage and then some, all the way out to his own 49-yard line. A gain of 14 on that completion. So that's Taylor's first completion, Moore's second reception. Ellis has completed a pass, and so has Taylor. 3 first downs on the night now for the Lions, 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Receivers left and right. Taylor in the shotgun with a pair of receivers to each side of the field. Now they put a man in motion to the left side. And Taylor back to throw, looking out to his left, swings it out there, and the intended receiver, Moore, dropped it, but it's probably just as well because he was going to be buried. Right there for the Explorers, set to put a hit on him, was Blake Bamper, and it would have been a loss had the intended receiver, Moore, come up with the football. That stops the clock with 11:04 remaining in the second quarter. 2nd down and 10. Decatur Lutheran at their own 49-yard line. They put 2 receivers wide left. Now one of them moves over to the right side. A wing to the left. And now the quarterback is Ellis. He's under center. He drops the snap. The ball loose. And I believe the Lions have covered it. Or have they? Let's see. No, the Explorers did. So the second turnover of the night. That's the first fumble. Earlier, the Lions threw an interception. That's their second turnover. And the Explorers take over in good field position, leading 21-0. They start at midfield. And Jack Miller leads the team to the line of scrimmage. Power I formation behind him. Now Michael Ford, the tailback. They've alternated tailbacks on each possession. Ford across midfield. Ford to the 40. A flag is thrown. Ford at the 30. Down the right sideline. Puts on a move at the 25, at the 20, 15, all the way down to the inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. But it's going to come back as apparently the Explorers have committed yet another penalty, holding against Marquette. And that'll wipe out a big gain, a gain of about 45 yards by Michael Ford. That is the 4th penalty of the night against the Explorers, their 3rd major penalty. And they walk it off from the spot of the foul. And it's going to be 1st and 13 for the Explorers from their own 47-yard line. Ford remains the tailback. Miller under center. Double tight, actually unbalanced to the left. Now Ford across midfield down to the Lion 46-yard line. A gain of 7 on that carry for Michael Ford, who has carried 5 times for 75 yards and a touchdown. Last week, he scored 5 touchdowns. Second down and 6 for the Explorers. The clock rolling with 10:10 remaining in the first half. Marquette leading at this point 21-0. Unbalanced line strong to the right side. Power I formation behind Miller. Pitches it back to Ford. Ford to sweep the right side. Ford finds an opening. Inside the 40. Still on his feet at the 35. Bouncing off tacklers. Inside the 35 down to about the 33-yard line. Michael Ford on that carry. Picks up 16. And the 8th first down of the night for the Explorers. Ford 6 carries for 91 yards. First and 10 Explorers at the Lion 32-yard line. The formation is strong to the right side, which is the short side of the field. They come back to the wide side of the field, the weak side of the formation. Michael Ford bounces off one tackler. He's at the 30, at the 25. Stops, tries to cut back to the right side. Now he gives ground and loses a few yards before he's finally brought down at the 29-yard line. And that was a gain of just about 3 or 4 on that play. But an ill-advised attempt to reverse his field after being hemmed in here on the near sideline. Sometimes you just got to take what you've got. He actually gave up about 3 yards he had gained. What was going to be a 7-yard pickup ends up being only 4. Second down. Well, gain of 3. Second down and 7 for the Explorers at the 29 of the Lions. Double tight end formation. Power I behind Jack Miller, who takes the snap. Runs the option to the right side. Miller turns it upfield. Good yardage for Jack Miller inside the 25. Inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. A gain of 10 on that carry for Miller. And the 9th first down of the night for the Explorers.
That was a nice play by Miller, I want to tell you that, because he's been running the option awfully well this year. And when he came down the line of scrimmage, everyone kicked to the outside, figuring a pitch there, and he just ducked it up inside for first down for Marquette.
The line of scrimmage, the Lion 19-yard line. Power I formation. Here is the give to Michael Ford. Right up the middle he goes. Michael Ford, he's in for the touchdown. A 19-yard touchdown run for Michael Ford, his second of the night. And the Explorers are on the board once again. Ford with 113 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. And if Nick Hofert can add the extra point, Marquette's lead will be 28-0. As they try and gather the tee from the near sideline. So 2 touchdown runs by Ford, 1 by Kareem Hamilton, 1 by Brandon Kaiser. Kaiser will hold on this extra point attempt. Hofert is 3 for 3 thus far, and I probably just jinxed him. Kaiser takes the snap, sets the ball. The kick is up high, long, and it's good. 8:25 remaining in the first half. The score now, Marquette 28, Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Sam Stem along with John Rogers back at Public School Stadium in Alton. Marquette leading 28-0, and Nick Hofert kicks it away again, and this is going to bound beyond the deep man, but roll dead at the 1-yard line, and Daly picks it up there and then finds lots of running room down the left sideline. Daly out across the 20 to the 25 or 26-yard line, and the Explorer kick coverage has not been very good tonight. Daly let that one roll by him and then kind of let up on it because he thought it was going to roll in the end zone. Well, on this wet turf, it rolled dead at the 1. He went back and picked it up, turned around, and suddenly found an opening to the left side and took it all the way out to the 25-yard line. The Explorers could have had him trapped deep in their own territory, but let him off the hook. And on this possession for the Lions, the quarterback appears to be Taylor as they spread the field and go to the shotgun, and here's a give on a running play right up the middle. And that's White on the carry, and White crosses the 30 and takes it out to the 33-yard line. A gain of 8 on that carry for Joseph White. 2nd and 2 Lions from their own 33. Well, it's homecoming here tonight for the Explorers, and then next Saturday night will be senior night, as it'll be their final regular season home game. And then they'll play their season finale on the road at Metro East Lutheran. Here's a pitch back, and Moore trying to sweep to right side, eludes one tackler at the 35 and pounds his way out to the 39-yard line. Keyshawn Young had him lined up, and Keyshawn missed him. And it turns into a 6-yard gain for Moore, and the 4th first down of the night for the Lions. I don't know what happened there. Moore's a bit of an elusive back, and he just kind of put a move on Keyshawn Young. First and 10 Lions from their own 39. High snap off the hands of Taylor on the turf, and Taylor wisely covers it back at his own 30-yard line. As he was in the shotgun formation, that one came high. Taylor went as high as he could. It went off his hands, and rather than go back and try and scoop it up, he just covered it, and that was the best move because the Explorers were coming hard. And that was a loss of 6 on that play. Actually, a loss of 7 or 8. We'll call it 2nd and 18 Lions from their own 31. Taylor from the shotgun with receivers left and right. He takes the snap, turns, and fakes a handoff. Now the pass over the middle, picked off by Keyshawn Young at the 45, at the 35, at the 25, 20, and finally brought down at the 15-yard line. It was off the hands of the intended receiver and popped right into Keyshawn's chest, and he grabbed it at the 35 and was off like a lightning flash, and finally brought down at the 15 of the Lions, where the Explorers will have it 1st and 10.
That was a dandy interception by Keyshawn because that ball went off a different direction, and he just went over and adjusted and made the interception.
And now the Explorers come out in that power I formation. This time Kareem Hamilton, the tailback. And the give is to Hamilton right up the middle. Kareem Hamilton dragging tacklers with him inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. A gain of about 8 on that for the sophomore running back, Kareem Hamilton. 2nd down and 2 for the Explorers. At the 7 of the Lions. Again, power I formation, double tight end set. Jack Miller takes the snap, turns, gives it to Hamilton. Up the middle he goes. Kareem Hamilton dragging tacklers to the goal line, and he's brought down just shy of the goal line. A gain of 6 on that carry for Hamilton. It'll be 1st and goal for the Explorers at the 1. Kareem, 7 carries for 63 yards. Michael Ford leading the way with 8 carries for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hamilton has a touchdown as well. Now 1st and goal at the 1 for the Explorers. Double tight, power I formation. Miller, long count, takes the snap, gives it to Hamilton. He's hit shy of the goal line and bounces off the tackle and leans his way into the end zone for the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run for Kareem Hamilton, his 2nd of the night. So the Explorers convert the interception by Keyshawn Young into a 15-yard touchdown drive on 3 carries by Kareem Hamilton. It comes with 5:15 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And now Nick Hofert again will attempt the extra point. The Explorers have scored on every possession except one, and that was the possession where they fumbled and turned it over. Otherwise, every time they've gotten their hands on the football, they've put together a touchdown drive. Kaiser will hold. Hofert will attempt to become 5 for 5. The snap, the spot, the kick, and this one is blocked. No good. And I knew sooner or later I'd jinx him, and right there I did. And so with 5:15 remaining here in the second quarter, the score now, Marquette 34, Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Set, hit. Protection! Can anyone over there give me protection? Danny Holt. Put me in, coach. I can offer protection. Set, hit. Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Another Explorer kickoff, and this one a short one that's picked up by the Lions at their own 20. The return man out across the 30 to the 34-yard line. That was Moore. And the Lions will start 1st and 10 from their own 34. Down to 5:11 remaining here in the first half. 34-0 Explorers. They scored 52 last week. We gave up 48. So the Lions start from their own 34. And again, they go with the spread formation. Receivers left and right. The quarterback in the shotgun. Gets a good snap. And he's hit as he lets it go, and it sails out of bounds here on the near side. And incomplete pass. I'm trying to see who the quarterback was. I think it was Taylor once again. They've been alternating quarterbacks, Taylor and Ellis, but I think it was Taylor on that throw. And just as he went to let it go out here to the right side, he was hit. And the ball came out almost at a right angle to the sideline. 2nd down and 10 for the Lions from their own 34. Again, receivers left and right. The quarterback in the shotgun, and this time it's Taylor, swings it out to the left side, and the receiver eludes a couple of men and takes it across the 35 out to about the 38-yard line, a gain of about 4 on that completion from Taylor to Moore. That's Moore's 3rd reception for a total of 24 yards. And it'll be 3rd and 6 for Decatur Lutheran from their own 38-yard line. And now a timeout on the field called by the Explorers. 4:24 remaining in the first half. Marquette 34, Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
So following the Explorer timeout, it's 3rd and 6 for the Lions from their own 38-yard line. And here's the pitch back. They're going to run the reverse, and to reverse it to Ellis. Ellis trying to turn that left corner, but right there to bring him down is an Explorer defender. That's Danny Holtz. He stayed home, and Ellis on that reverse ends up picking up a yard.
Way to go, Danny.
Danny Holtz had an interception earlier in this game. And there he stayed home on the reverse. And Ellis picks up only a yard, and it's 4th and 5. And will we see our first punt of the night? I don't know.
Maybe that's why Marquette called that timeout.
To warn the defense of the possibility of a trick play.
Well, if you take a look at other times when they were long and they had to run a trick play, and so that was par for the course.
So now we have not had a punt in this game. The Explorers have scored every time they've had the football, with the exception of one possession when they turned it over. And the Lions have turned it over 3 times, and on their other possessions, they were deep in Explorer territory after long kick returns or after a turnover. And so this is the first time either team has faced 4th down in their own territory.
And we may not get a punt here.
We may not. And the Lions called a timeout. Hey, be sure and stay tuned, because following the game, we'll name the Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game. Who might it be? Kareem Hamilton scored 2 touchdowns thus far. Michael Ford has scored a pair of touchdowns thus far. Brandon Kaiser has opened some holes for both of them. And Danny Holtz has an interception and made a good play there on a reverse. So those are some of the candidates. We'll have to throw Nick Hoford out of contention. He missed an extra point. If he'd have been 5 for 5, we'd have mentioned him too. Well, they won't punt here. It's a wing to the left side, the quarterback under center, and he drops to throw, rolling to his right. Looking downfield, launches it deep down the right side, and now we had bumping, and there's going to be a pass interference call here. On the coverage for the Explorers was Alex Cowens, and Cowens was running stride for stride with the intended receiver. The ball was grossly underthrown, and when the receiver tried to slow down to come back for it, Cowens bumped him, and they called that pass interference, and that'll be a 15-yard walk-off against the Explorers from the line of scrimmage, and a first down for the Lions.
For a second there, I thought the official was going to do it a spot foul.
Well, that's not what they're supposed to do, but they're trying to figure it out. Now they're going to walk it off 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. And I don't believe they have the uncatchable ball rule in high school, but if they did, they would pick that flag up, because there's no way that receiver was going to stop, turn around, and come back and catch that pass, because it was well underthrown. The 5th first down of the night for the Lions, 1st and 10, and here is Taylor handing to Moore, and Moore gains a yard, and then he is stacked up. The first man to hit him for the Explorers was Blake Bamper, and a gain of a yard for Gage Moore on that carry. The clock rolling now with 3:25 remaining in the first half. 34-0 Explorers. Marquette came in 5-1, 3-0 in the Prairie State Conference. The only conference team undefeated at this point of the season, with 3 conference games remaining, including this one. So they're about 3.5-0. Here is a swing pass out to the right side, and that is picked off, and that is going to be a touchdown for the Explorers. Brandon Kaiser picked it off at midfield and goes 50 yards for the touchdown. They tried to swing it out to the right side. Kaiser saw that coming all the way, stepped in front of the receiver, and once he had latched onto the football, it was an easy jaunt, 50 yards to the end zone for the touchdown.
I think it was Nick Hoford who jammed the quarterback, forcing the bad throw.
Well, that is the 3rd interception of the night for the Lions. Their 4th turnover. It makes it 40-0 Explorers, and Marquette will attempt to add the extra point. So Brandon Kaiser scores his 2nd touchdown of the night. 6 touchdowns for the Explorers, 2 each for Kaiser, Hamilton, and Ford. They line it up. The snap, the spot, the kick. This one's up high, long, and good. 2:50 remaining here in the first half. The score now, Marquette 41, Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
6 years ago, medical malpractice insurance rates in the Metro East were rising, and people worried their doctors might leave.
Madison County judges instituted an innovative mediation program that has helped people resolve cases more quickly on their terms and cut the cost of lawsuits. Mediation works because it provides both the patient and the doctor an opportunity to speak and listen to each other.
This successful program is another way we're working to make our courts better.
With John Rogers, Sam Stem back at Public School Stadium in Alton. 2:50 remaining in the first half. Marquette leads it 41-0. They won 4 straight on the road, including a barn burner last week up in Nokomis. 52-48, the Explorers scored the winning touchdown with 8 seconds remaining in that game. But it's been a cakewalk so far here this evening. And now here's Daly trying to track this kickoff down. Eddie's own 10, he picks it up. He's out across the 20, and he is hammered and brought down at about the 22-yard line. And the Lions will take over once again, this time deep in their own territory with just 2:43 remaining in the half. Well, the Explorers have alternated tailbacks when they've been on offense. So Michael Ford has been in about a third of the time. Kareem Hamilton has been the tailback a third of the time. And Keyshawn Young about a third of the time. But now the Explorers are on defense, and the Lions come out in the straight tee from their own 22-yard line. Taylor hands it off. The ball is fumbled, and let's see who's on it. If it's a turnover, it'll be the 5th of the night for the Lions, but I think they say Decatur Lutheran got on that football, and it's going to be 2nd and 12 after a 2-yard loss as they recover the fumble. Moore ended up on the football. Well, Gage Moore, who's not a very big guy. How big is he? 5'7", 170. He's the dirtiest guy out there. He's been very active. His white jersey is just covered in mud. And here is Moore now on the handoff. Big hole, makes a nice move at the 25 and bounces out to about the 27 or 28-yard line. Gage Moore, a gain of about 8 on that carry. He's quick, too, and has a move or two. Now it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Lions from their own 28-yard line. The clock rolling with 1:35 remaining in the first half. Double tight end formation, straight T formation behind Skylar Taylor, who takes the snap and drops to throw. Looking downfield, under pressure, lets it go. Hit his receiver in the hands, but he was falling as the ball arrived out across the 36-yard line. That was Bryce Ellis out there. They split a couple of Explorer defenders, but Ellis couldn't hang on, and it's going to be 4th down for the Lions.
Will they punt?
No. They didn't before, so can't imagine that they will now. With just 1:16 remaining here in the half. And they put 2 receivers to the right side, another receiver wide left. The quarterback, Taylor, in the shotgun, and he turns and pitches it back, and they try to sweep the left side, and that play goes nowhere. On the carry was Joseph White, and he loses a couple of yards on the play, and the Explorers will take over on downs as they came out in a passing formation, faked to pass, and then tried to run a bit of a counter, and it was Danny Holtz who stayed home again on that counter play. And so the Explorers will start 1st and 10 at the Lion 27-yard line. Down to 1:11 remaining here in the first half. Marquette leading 41-0. And here is the give to Brandon Kaiser right up the middle, as this time Keyshawn Young's in as the tailback. but Kaiser got the carry, and Kaiser took it up the middle for a short gain, a gain of a couple. Brandon Kaiser, 5 carries for 36 yards. On 2nd and 8, here's the pitch back to Keyshawn Young. Keyshawn was tackled, and it very much looked like a face mask as the contact came up high and just spun his head around, and he went down immediately for a 1-yard loss, but no flag on the play, and it's 3rd and 9 for the Explorers. As with the clock rolling with 26 seconds remaining, they line up quickly and pitch it back to Keyshawn Young, and Keyshawn trying to sweep that right side. Keyshawn on his feet. Keyshawn first down yardage, and he takes it all the way down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. A gain of 16 on that carry. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. The 12th first down of the night for the Explorers. 13 seconds remaining. The Explorers are lined up ready to snap it when the ball's marked ready for play. They roll the clock. Miller under center. Takes it, gives it to Kaiser. Brandon Kaiser hit at the 5 on his feet down to the goal line, and they're going to spot him just shy, and the time will run out. The Explorers thought he was in, but the official here on the near sideline marked it just shy. So as it is, it was an 8-yard pickup for Brandon Kaiser, but he came up just shy of scoring a touchdown on the last play of the half. But at halftime, the Explorers have this game well in hand. It's homecoming, and the homecoming crowd is happy. The rain, I think, has stopped for the moment. The score, Marquette 41, Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Tom Lane, State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Barry Macias, professional, independent insurance agents. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding members' expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All of your protection under one roof. Citizens for Dave Hilla. Vote yes to retain Judge Hilla.
Then you take a nap.
Second half action from Public School Stadium in Alton. Nick Hofert puts the foot into the ball for the Explorers, and it's going to be more on the return for the Lions, and he crosses the 25 but never gets to the 30. And the Explorer defense heads out onto the field. The Lion offense, Marquette with a 41-0 lead, and with a lead of 40 or more in the second half, the clock will roll and will only stop for official timeouts and after scoring plays. So,
and at the end of the third quarter.
And they'll stop it at the end of the quarter as well. So the Lions come out and spread the field this time. The quarterback is Taylor, and Taylor takes a snap and drops to throw. Looking out to his left, he's got a man open, and does he make the catch? Let's see. No, the official here on the near sideline says incomplete. The receiver out there was open. That was Brenton Daly, but the quarterback Taylor just couldn't get it there. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Lions from their own 29-yard line. Marquette leading 41-0, attempting to become 6-1, and 4-0 in the Prairie State Conference. Now they go double tight with the T formation, and here's the give and the running back across the 30 to the 31, 32-yard line perhaps. On the carry, it was Joseph White. And he picked up 3, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7. The Explorers do have the starters out there for the start of the third quarter. You assume at some point you'll see some massive substitutions. On the 3rd down play, here's the pitch back, and the running back hit in the backfield and struggling to get back to the line of scrimmage. And we'll see if we can pick up a number. I think that was Moore, Gage Moore.
Yes, it was.
that time. And he fought for yardage and did manage, apparently, to lose only a yard on the play as he was hit well into the backfield. And it's going to be 4th and 8 for the Lions. And they still aren't going to, well, maybe they are going to punt here. I'm not sure. Apparently not. So the line of scrimmage is their own 30-yard line. And Taylor will punt from the shotgun formation. The Explorers had nobody back, and this one's going to hit. How does it roll through that mud like that? Normally it just sticks in mud. And the ball rolls dead back at the Explorer 32-yard line, and the Marquette offense out onto the field as about 3 minutes and 15 seconds have rolled off the third quarter clock on that Lutheran possession. And now the Explorer offense with its chance. They scored on every possession in the first half except 2. And those non-scoring possessions were on a turnover. And then on the final possession of the half when they were stopped at the 1-yard line just before halftime. Jack Miller under center, sends a man in motion and turns and gives it to Brandon Kaiser. He breaks a tackle. He's out across the 40. He's to midfield and all the way down to the 43-yard line of the Lions, Brandon Kaiser. And that was a gain of 24 yards and a first down for the Explorers, their 13th of the night. Kaiser, a sophomore, 7 carries for 68 yards. He scored a pair of touchdowns. Receivers left and right for the Explorers. Double wing formation. Miller under center puts a man in motion to the right side and turns, gives it to Kaiser once again. Brandon Kaiser inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 on that carry for the Explorer fullback. Kaiser does not have the appearance of your prototypical fullback. He's 5'9", 175, but he's a tough runner and he's quick. If there's a hole, he'll pop through it. And then he has the ability to drag tacklers with him. 2nd down and 6 Explorers at the Lion 39-yard line. Double wing formation. Hamilton in motion to the left side. The give to Kaiser. Once again, Brandon Kaiser, first down yardage and then some. Down to the 29 of the Explorers. A gain of 10 on that play for Kaiser and another first down for Marquette. Kaiser 9 carries for 82 yards. Down to 6:35 and counting remaining in the third quarter. Marquette leads at 41-0. Keyshawn Young wide to the right side. Danny Holtz wide left. Double wing formation, Ford in motion to the right side. Again, the give to Brandon Kaiser working the right side. He is brought down at the 35 of the Lions after a 4-yard pickup.
The mesh between the quarterback and Kaiser was not very good. In fact, Kaiser almost knocked over the Marquette quarterback, Jack Miller.
2nd down and 6 Marquette at the 25 of Decatur Lutheran. They did not use the double wing formation in the first half. They've used it exclusively on this possession. And here is the give once again to Kaiser working the right side. Kaiser down to the 20, inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. A gain of 6 on that carry, and he may have another first down. And they've just handed him the football on every snap on this possession. And why not? He keeps turning out first downs. That's another. The third of this drive, the 15th of the night. 1st and 10 Explorers at the 19 of the Lions. Double wing, receivers left and right. Jack Miller under center. Hamilton in motion to the left side. This time they pitch it back to Hamilton, and Hamilton trying to turn that left corner. He's hemmed in, gives ground, and he'll be thrown for a loss of a couple. Miller was hit just as he got the pitch away. And then the Lions were there waiting for Kareem Hamilton. And Hamilton, we saw it a couple times last week, John, up in Nokomis. Hamilton, when he gets in trouble, he wants to give ground because Mike Slaughter says he thinks he can outrun everybody. He's a sophomore, and he said at some point in time he's got to learn that you can't outrun everybody. And that time he gave some ground when he'd have been better off to put his head down and just pick up a yard or two and be content with that. Here's Kaiser up the middle. Kaiser dragging tacklers inside the 15, down near the 10-yard line. Brandon Kaiser picks up 10 on that carry, and he's over 100 yards by my count. 12 carries for 102 yards on the night for the Explorer fullback. 3rd and 1, Marquette. At the 11 of the Lions. Young wide to the right side, Holtz wide left. Double wing formation. Miller under center, takes the snap, turns, gives it to Kaiser. First down yardage inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. Marquette was lucky not to get a motion penalty on that play, as one of the wingbacks went in motion and the other one flinched just a little bit, but they let it go. So Brandon Kaiser, 4 yards on that carry, another first down for the Explorers. 1st and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 of the Lions. Same formation. The ball smack dab in the center of the field. Hamilton, the right wing. Ford, the left wing. Kaiser, the fullback. They put Ford in motion to the right side, and it's going to be Miller to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Jack Miller ran the option to the right side and took it the 7 yards for the touchdown, as they never shut him down. He had Ford as his trail back, and then Miller gets up just a little bit gimpy. May have twisted an ankle or a knee, but nonetheless, he scores the touchdown. His first of the night. And Nick Hofer will attempt the extra point. Out of the hole to Brandon Kaiser. It was a 7-yard touchdown run for Jack Miller. And they line it up for the point after attempt. Out of the hole to Brandon Kaiser. The snap, the spot, the kick, and that one's blocked, as somebody came shooting in from the left side. So with 3:04 remaining in the third quarter, the score now, Marquette 47 and Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Set, hit. Protection. Can anyone over there give me protection? Danny Holt. Put me in, coach. I can offer protection. Set, hit. Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Another Nick Hofer kickoff for the Explorers, and this is going to be Daly picking it up at his 12. Now they run a reverse as he gives it to Moore. Moore working the right sideline, and Moore takes it out near the 30, and the Lions offense will start 1st and 10 right there. Marquette leading 47-0. Late third quarter action. They built a 41-0 halftime lead. Led 14-0 at the end of one quarter. And you knew coming into this one that Marquette would be heavily favored. Decatur Lutheran came in at 1-5, playing only their 8th varsity game in their school's history. This is their first full varsity season. They played a couple of varsity games last year and one varsity game the year before that. And now they go back double tight with the T formation, and here's a give right up the middle, and that's Moore, and he's just sidestepping tacklers, picking his way through the middle of the field out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. A gain of 9 on that carry for Gage Moore, and I think we have some of the backups in there now for the Explorers.
There's a lot of white pants out there.
Yeah. And so an opportunity for some of the underclassmen, some of the non-starters to get some work out there, as most of the starters are now over here on the bench on the near side, calling it an evening. 2nd and 1 for the Lions, and they run the option to the right side and pitch it back to Moore, and Moore dances down the right sideline and has a first down out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, a gain of 6 on that carry for Gage Moore. Decatur Lutheran's stay in the Prairie State Conference will be a short one, as they have announced their intention to leave along with Nokomis. In 2 years, East Alton Wood River will join the conference. 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 42-yard line. And the pitch back, and here is Ellis, and Ellis trapped in the backfield, now stays on his feet, running over tacklers and turns it into a 5-yard gain out to the 47-yard line. Looked like he was going to be thrown for about a 5-yard loss. But he kept the feet churning and bounced off a few tackles along the way. 2nd down and 5 Lions, as we're down to 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Marquette's lead is 47-0. And the Lions may run one more play before this quarter expires. 2nd and 5 from their own 47. Taylor under center, T formation, double tight. And he takes it on the quarterback sneak right up the middle. He's got first down yardage and then some all the way down to the Marquette 41-yard line. And that'll go as a gain of 12 for Skylar Taylor. And that is the end of the third quarter of action. The score, Marquette 47, Decatur Lutheran nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
6 years ago, medical malpractice insurance rates in the Metro East were rising, and people worried their doctors might leave.
Madison County judges instituted an innovative mediation program that has helped people resolve cases more quickly on their terms and cut the cost of lawsuits. Mediation works because it provides both the patient and the doctor an opportunity to speak and listen to each other.
This successful program is another way we're working to make our courts better.
12 minutes remaining on the clock. 1st and 10 for the Lions, and they run the option to the right side, pitch it back to Moore. He sidesteps one tackler at the 45. He's on his feet inside the 30, all the way down to about the 21-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. A gain of 20 on that carry for Gage Moore, and he faked somebody right out of his shorts back there.
Jesse Simmons, freshman.
He's not the first one to be faked out by Moore. But welcome to high school football, young Mr. Freshman Simmons. 1st and 10 for Decatur Lutheran at the Marquette 21-yard line. Double tight, T formation behind Skylar Taylor, who takes the snap, turns, hands it to Moore, and this time he is buried. Well, he's still on his feet. He was hit hard right at the line of scrimmage, managed to squirt through the initial tackle, and then was finally brought down after a gain of only a yard. 2nd down and 9 for the Lions. Some of the players out there for the Explorers, Brandon Rainey, he's a sophomore. Looks like Dan Townsend, a freshman. They're on the defensive line. Now somebody from Marquette jumps across the line. That was Cyan Donovan. He's a sophomore. And now discussion amongst the officials. Was he drawn off? No. He just came across on his own. 5-yard walk-off. Even the officials have been less obtrusive here in the second half. Oh, but we're going to have some discuss. No, he's going to pick up the flag. I thought he was coming over to discuss something. Meanwhile, the clock runs through all of that. Down to 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. 2nd and 4 for Decatur Lutheran at the Marquette 15-yard line. Skylar Taylor under center. The back's in the T formation behind him. He gives it to Gage Moore. Moore hit in the backfield. Breaks the tackle on his feet. Inside the 10. Powers his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. And he just won't go down. That was a gain of 9 on that carry for Moore. Another first down, and it's 1st and goal for the Lions at the Marquette 6-yard line. Gage Moore on a team with a little bit more talent would be
yes, he would.
A handful. He's been a handful here tonight. Now some confusion as the Explorers trying to get the right personnel into the game. 1st and goal, and here's Gage Moore. Moore working the right side, and he's stacked up after a gain of maybe a yard, maybe 2. They're going to say he went down at the 4-yard line. That's a gain of 2 for Moore, who has carried 13 times for 57 yards. Most of that here in the second half. 2nd and goal for the Lions at the Explorer 4-yard line. They stay with the double tight end formation. The backs in the straight T formation. Taylor takes the snap, pitches back, and here's Ellis trying to sweep the left side. Ellis on his feet towards the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Bryce Ellis, a 4-yard touchdown run, and the Lions are on the board. So they finally find pay dirt as they pitched it back to Ellis, who was the right setback in that T formation, and he ran to the left side, had blockers out in front, and really was not touched until he crossed the goal line. The first score of the night for the Lions makes it 47-6 with 8:21 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Skylar Taylor will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Gage Moore, and the kick is up high, long, and good. 8:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. The score now, Marquette 47, Decatur Lutheran 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Why should you bring your vehicle to Quick Lane at Roberts Motors? You never need an appointment, just drive on in. Quick Lane has the guaranteed lowest tire prices around. Plus, we perform a multi-point inspection of the critical items on your vehicle at no charge every time you visit. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or any other make, Quick Lane can service it. We're even open on Saturdays. Stop by Quick Lane at Roberts Motors today. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For the first time since the opening kickoff, Marquette will return a kick, and a pair of freshmen, Harvey Howell and Alex Cowens, back deep, standing back at their own 5-yard line, maybe a little deep. Now they move up a little bit, and it will be Skylar Taylor to kick it away for Decatur Lutheran. And it's an onside kick, and the first Marquette man to have a shot at it misses it. The second guy covers it. The first guy was Chris Angleton, and he got by him, and the Lions were on their way to a recovery, and then in came somebody else from Marquette to finally get on the football. And the Explorer offense will start 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line, leading 47-7 inside of 8 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter.
freshman Trey Aguirre coming in as a quarterback.
5'6", 130. We saw him in one of the earlier games. 5'6", 130. I think I was 5'6", 130 in the second grade. Double wing formation, and Aguirre will keep it himself as he went to hand it to the fullback. The fullback fell down. So Aguirre, with some quick thinking, just turned and took it himself and gained 3 out to the 48-yard line. Second down and 7 for the Explorers. The fullback is Jacob Loftus, 6'1", 170, a freshman. Aguirre puts a man in motion to the left side and kept it himself once again. And this time, no gain on the... No, he gave it to Loftus, the fullback. And Loftus, no gain on the play. And it's going to be 3rd and 7. Third and 7 for the Explorers. All the underclassmen in there. A lot of freshmen in there, sophomores. Aguirre, the quarterback, is a freshman. Loftus, the fullback, is a freshman. I think Cowens is one of the wing backs. And here is Aguirre, kept it himself as he came down the line. And you had a wing back and the fullback colliding with each other behind Aguirre. And so now it's going to be, well, Aguirre gained 2, and it's going to be 4th and 5. And let's see if this is the second string punting team or if they're just going to go. No, they're going to punt. I'm not sure who the punter is. We'll pick that up in a moment. But the Lions send somebody way back there, all the way back at his own 12-yard line, stands the return man. High snap. And they get to, it was Nick Hofert, the regular punter. So, and it rolls dead inside the 20 down at the 18-yard line. Alex Cowens covers it there for the Explorers. And the Lion offense back out on the field as the clock continues to tick down from 5:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. So Marquette will go to 6-1. They will have won 5 straight after a loss in week 2 to Quincy Notre Dame. They went on the road, won 4 straight on the road, and then win here tonight in their homecoming game. 5 straight victories, 6-1 on the season, 4-0 in Prairie State Conference play, with Bunker Hill coming in here next Saturday night for what will be the Explorers senior night, their final regular season home game. And then Marquette in the final week of the season will go to Metro East Lutheran to play the Knights. And here's the pitch back, and Bryce Ellis trying to sweep the left side, and he turns the corner, and he's got one man to beat, but Alex Cowens is there to haul him down, but not until he'd gone all the way out to about the 37-yard line. So a gain of 19 on that carry for Bryce Ellis. So when you were head coach, did you enjoy getting all the underclassmen in there? Usually it meant you were way ahead or way behind.
I appointed a coach to do that. That was Slaughter's job.
That was his job. He took care of all that. Now here's the give right up the middle, and this is Moore. Gage Moore, and he might go all the way at the 30, at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Gage Moore, 63 yards on that carry. He burst through on the left side and just took it all the way. And the Lions are on the board once again. So Gage Moore, before this night is over, is going to have some pretty nice stats. 120 yards rushing on 14 carries. And so for the second time this quarter, the Lions find Pater. 63 yards on that run. And the extra point attempt this time is a low line drive, but it goes through. And so now with 3:36 remaining in the fourth quarter, the score now is Marquette 47 and Decatur Lutheran 14. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Set, hit. Protection. Can anyone over there give me protection? Danny, hold. Put me in, coach. I can offer protection. Set, hit. Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Why is there to give it to Kaiser?
Can we quote you on that?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to take credit for that one.
That was a vote of the Telegraph.
Yeah. The Decatur Lutheran kickoff taken by Alex Callens at his own 25 out across the 30, and he is hauled down at the 31-yard line. And the Explorer offense will head out there one more time. And barring a turnover, this might be the last possession of the game. As the clock is rolling now down inside of 3:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 47-14, the Explorers lead it. They led 41-0 at halftime, so they've been outscored here in the second half. But it's been the Lion varsity against the Explorers JV and freshman teams. Trey Aguirre back out there under center, the freshman. On the first down play, he puts a man in motion to the right side, and they hand it to him on the jet play. That's Alfred Sobo-Yayo. And Alfred loses a couple as he couldn't turn that right corner. And it'll be 2nd and 12 for the Explorers as we just wait for the final couple of minutes to tick off the clock. This one has not been in doubt since early in the second quarter, really. 2nd down and 12. Aguirre puts a man in motion to the left side. Fumbled the snap, picked it up, and then gave ground and ends up losing about 8 yards on that play. That's why you don't see many freshmen starting at quarterback.
Yes.
He was almost in full panic mode. So now 3rd and 20 for the Explorers from their own 20-yard line. They send Cowens wide to the left side, another receiver wide right, double wing formation behind Aguirre down to a minute and a half remaining. And here's the give to the fullback Loftus, and he is stacked up and thrown back for no gain on the play. And now we're going to have the Explorer punting team once more, as we've still got 1:10 and counting remaining here in this fourth quarter. So they'll punt it away. The Lion offense will come onto the field, run a play or two, and this one will be over. The game has been played mostly rain-free. It was raining early, but I think about midway through the first quarter, the rain stopped. Now Holford, under heavy pressure, gets the kick away, and it's a short one that will roll dead. The Lions covered. That was not a smart move. Out at the 40 of the Explorers. And now 30 seconds and counting remaining, and they may not even get the offense out there quickly enough to get another play off. If not, this one will go into the record books. Homecoming victory for the Explorers. And another step in the process for Decatur Lutheran as they're trying to get this football program underway. Now down to 8 seconds as they break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. And they're not going to get a snap away, I don't think. 3, 2, 1, and that's it. The game is over. The final score, Marquette 47, Decatur Lutheran 14. Back to wrap it up in just a moment. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Marquette extended its lead on its first possession of the second half. Jack Miller, a 7-yard touchdown run. Nick Hofert's extra point made it 47-0 with 3:04 remaining in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter was all the Lions as they were playing against Marquette's freshmen and sophomores. And Bryce Ellis, a 4-yard touchdown run. Taylor added the extra point with 8:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. It was 47-7. Then with 3:36 left, Gage Moore, a 63-yard touchdown run for the Lions. The extra point was good. 47-14 is the way it ended. Some nice stats here for Marquette. Michael Ford, 2 touchdowns, 8 carries, 113 yards rushing. Kareem Hamilton, 2 touchdowns, 8 carries, 61 yards rushing. Jack Miller added a touchdown. And then the Explorer fullback, Brandon Kaiser, 13 carries for 106 yards, a rushing touchdown, and he also had an interception return for a touchdown. And after much deliberation up here, it has been decided that our Munganess Toyota player of the game is none other than Brandon Kaiser. He did yeoman work, played every series at fullback, had some good lead blocks, rushed for over 113 yards, a rushing touchdown, and an interception return for a touchdown. He had a big night as a sophomore.
I think he's come a long way as a sophomore.
Yes, he has. Coach, this one never in doubt, really, from the beginning. And the Explorers, I think, did what they wanted to do, got everybody a little bit of work, and everybody contributed. A 47-14 victory. Next Saturday night, they're home here. We'll have it live for you here on Z1570. It'll be senior night as they host the Bunker Hill Minutemen. Marquette now 6-1 overall, 4-0 in the Prairie State Conference. The Decatur Lutheran Lions fall to 1-6 overall and 1-3 in the conference. Again, the final score, Marquette 47, Decatur Lutheran 14. For my partner John Rogers and for our engineer Brian Hennigan, Sam Stem saying, having a great weekend, everybody.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Tom Lane, State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Barry Macias, professional, independent insurance agents. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding members' expectations since 1934. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All of your protection under one roof. Citizens for Dave Hilla. Vote yes to retain Judge Hilla.